Good evening. What a beautiful, beautiful evening it is. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. And I'm so glad to be here on this evening, on Fun Friday, actually. I tell you what, I want to welcome our viewers and listeners. FYI, uh, After Dark, I want to greet you and say good evening to Facebook Live, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Make sure you all like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. As a matter of fact, go over to YouTube at Crystal Records One, Cristo Records One. The newest one is FYI radio show host Yolanda Hinton. Make sure you like, share, comment, subscribe, follow me, and I promise I will follow you back. Look, it's good to be here. I was on this evening with FYI Morning Show on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9:30 a.m. So make sure you all, come back during our day shows. And we have a lot of great guests, a lot of things going on. And we want you to be there. Look, I'm going to shout you all out in a little bit. TikTok is just, hey, they're up and popping. Uh, you follow me? Thank you. Look, folk are following me, and I promise I will follow you back. So listen, it's good to be here again. Um, I want to just share one of our sponsors with you all. You all, please be patient as I, give that little time to our sponsors.
Beats and pedals, bike ride, walk and roll, music and wellness for the community event. Portside Park in Portsmouth. Friday night, don't miss the Power Pitch competition for your chance at $500 sponsored by Dominion Energy. Saturday, join the Pedaling for Peace bicycle ride, walk and roll. All wheels are welcome. The Crab and Wine Festival, live music from Raw Jazz, Ramanta and Friends. Sunday, sound baths, yoga meditation, and reflective walking. Powerful praise and pedals, pop out, church service. Get your early bird tickets, beatsandpedalsfestival.com. September 18th through the 20th.
I tell you what, you all support those that are in the area or visiting the area. Make sure you come and support Beats and Pedals Bike Ride, Walk, and Music Festival. And it's going to be great. A lot of things going on. And we hope to see you there. That's our newest sponsor. You can always go to our other sponsors, which is www.bulvickacademy.com, BULVIC. And also you can go to www.beardgods.com. Make sure you check us out there as well. So look, we're here, FYI After Dark. And in the evening, I'll say in the evening because not quite dark yet, but we're here this evening, and I promise you all we had a fabulous, fabulous guest with us. Why? Because we have started a new series for men, and we're highlighting the experience of the single man, the married man, and the divorced man. And this evening we have with us, oh wow, a great person, a comedian. He's a father, he's single, and we're going to talk to him this morning. Mr. Skeeter G. Griffin, how are you?
How you doing today? I'm doing wonderful. Blessed to be here. Thank you for the opportunity to let me come on your platform and talk to you today.
I am so excited to talk to you because I've been wanting you on our morning show, our radio show, and now that I have you, we can learn a little bit more. Our audience can learn a little bit more about you. Skeeter, tell folk where you're from and a little bit about yourself.
I'm Skeeter G, comedian, 45 years old, from Portsmouth, Virginia, born and raised. I lived a little bit of everywhere in 7 cities, Chesapeake, Northern Suffolk, but Portsmouth is where my heart lies at. But yeah, just a single father out here, just chasing my dream, raising my daughter, and just doing what I need to do to make the life be good for her.
Absolutely. How long have you been a comedian?
I've been doing comedy 16 years.
Wow.
16 years. Started in 2009. Did my first show Laugh Out Loud Sundays over there at the waterside when it was Club Jillian's back then.
Yes.
And I fell in love with it ever since.
What do you like about it most?
Comedy is a place that you can go and be free and be able to get things off your mind without letting the world know really what's going on in your mind. It's a safe space for people to have a good time. And I love doing it because I warm people's hearts, like especially when people are going through things, they need a laugh sometimes. So I feel like I'm doing something that God put me on earth to do. And I love serving God by making people laugh.
Absolutely. It has to be something, as I look at it, with skill, but also it has to be a God given gift and a passion.
Yes.
Hmm. So it's something that did you wake up one day, you was 5 years old and say, look, this is what I want to do? What,
Now,
how did it all start?
the crazy thing you say that I never thought about being a comedian ever. I just
Wow.
knew that when I was in high school and school that I was mostly the funniest person around. And it took one of my friends I grew up with, her name is Lavion Brandon. She told me to do it in 2009. She introduced me to my guy, Monty Rogers. He was running the Sunday night over there. And I got on the phone with him. We talked for about an hour. He put me on my first show and I just fell in love with it. I never ever I know I watched comedy growing up, but it wasn't in my mind to be a comedian.
Is it scary? I mean, you got to get up there and you got to make folks laugh. I mean, is that something that takes a lot of, courage?
To me, I was never scared to do it because I always been a center of attention when it came to making people laugh. So getting in front of people, making jokes and just having a good time was always second nature to me. So I have been nervous doing shows, especially when I do colleges, because the younger crowd of people, they don't they look at me and think I'm young, but I'm really older than them. So you got to be mindful when you do college because they can go in there and try to boo you. But I ain't never been booed, knock on wood. But I'm just saying I have been nervous, but it's fun to me when I get on stage. I really enjoy doing it.
Yes.
Second nature to me.
Who are some of the comedians that you've been around and toured with?
Man, I've been around. I can name Sinbad. I've been around Martin Lawrence. I've been around
Oh,
Dave Chappelle. Bill Bellamy is one of my favorite comedians I've been around. He actually is a good mentor. Every time I ask him to get stage time, he always gives me the opportunity to go on stage with him. So I really look up to Bill Bellamy. I've been around Bruce. I've been
wow.
around every comedian that you can think of that's really doing anything right now. Gary Owens, Mojo Brooks, Carlos Miller. I've seen it and met a lot of comedians in my time.
Wow. We want to say congratulations. I remember you starting out, Skeeter, and you still on the grind. You still doing it. And you look like you really enjoy it.
Yeah. Yes.
So glad. Look, what are some of the things, your favorite things to talk about? Do you talk about, I know you got to talk about kids, but what are some of the things that you kind of like is your favorite, thing to say?
Usually on my shows, I really don't have a favorite because I do a
Really?
lot of I do a lot of crowd work. So whatever's going on in the room or the comedy show, I build off of that. So if a subject goes, if I talk about a subject and that becomes my favorite then, but I don't go on stage having a favorite. But mostly my favorite, if I do have favorites, talking about my daughter or just talking about just being just whatever's going on in the world. I like to play off that mostly. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Do your family sometimes say, look, keep me out of it. Don't put me in your jokes. Anybody?
Nah, my mom almost tells me to put her in a joke, especially her and my dad, because they got some stories of them. They've been married 40 some years. So they
Wow.
always try to tell me some story that my dad did or she did. And they say, go ahead, add it in. My dad said, add it in your routine. You know what I'm saying? But they don't get offended about it. They want to see me win with it. So sometimes I'll throw my parents in there or my sisters. Nobody never got upset about it because they know this is what I do and I'm doing it out of fun, out of love.
Yes. Are there any subjects? I know some uh, folk kind of complain when you're talking about preachers or the church. I've heard preachers kind of get offended. Is that taboo talking about religion and things like that?
Certain comedians get uh, chastised about stuff like that, but I don't really. I talk about church on some of my stuff, but I just talk about times when I was going to church as a young young kid going to church with my grandma. You know, them old churches with no AC in there, and the Martin Luther King fans, and it was always broke and it was taped. I talk about stuff that everybody know, with the hard seats we had to sit in all day, you know, stuff like that. But I don't really get on the preachers or anything like that. I don't dive into most of that. Being a comedian, you don't want to be subject as criticizing everybody because they'll label you and try to put you in a box. I want everybody to love me for who I do, what I do, and
Yes.
you know what I'm saying, that everybody can get along with my comedy. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad that you're here to talk about um, uh, being a single man in today's society, modern day 2026. Um, and I've told my audience that you would be here. We had already highlighted married men, their experience. Now we're gonna talk to you guys that are here and available. And I want to know what it's like. First of all, Skeeter, is it something that you just absolutely glad you are part of the single man's club?
Oh yeah. I mean, I ain't gonna say I'm glad to be part of it because I would like to have somebody in my life one day. But
Yes.
the single life is good for me when I'm doing in my life doing comedy, because being in a relationship doing comedy can really take you away from what you're trying to do because you got to juggle both.
Yes.
That now that I'm single and been single, I can manage my comedy career on my own without having somebody tell me why you got to go there, how long you gonna be out. I can move a little different. You know what I'm saying? That's the
Absolutely.
best thing. Starting off as a comedian, if you're trying to get where you want to get to, you can't really be tied down with so many things going on. Like being a single father is already a big thing in my life, but then to add on a woman, there'll be more that I have to deal with.
Absolutely. And that's what I want to know. Your role, as a single man, does what comes first? I know your daughter comes first, your career comes first. And so being single, like you said, you got to move differently. What else do you feel is a role of a single man? I mean, do you have to carry yourself in a certain way, or how do you how do you kind of like maneuver throughout your life as a single person?
Yeah, you got to move different. You can't lead nobody on, especially in this
Mm,
time of day. You just got to be honest with people that if you're pursuing anybody or anybody trying to pursue you, you just got to let them know that this may not be what you are looking for right now. Or I try to be honest with them at front. Like, hey, look, I'm doing comedy. I may not have all the time that you want out of me at this moment. So I give them the opportunity to make that decision before we go anywhere. Because if you go out there and tell them that you're going to have all this time for them and they don't see it, you're just pretty much putting yourself in a whole bunch of space that you don't want to be in. So I just move accordingly. You know what I'm saying? I pick and choose who I want to deal with at the time. But my daughter comes first at the
yes,
end of the day. You know what I'm saying? So if
absolutely.
I do look into the scene of dating, I want that person to understand that my daughter is number one. It don't matter if the house catches on fire. You in there, I'm getting my daughter out of there first. I'm gonna come back and get you now, but you got to
Yes,
hold tight. You know what I'm saying? Until I get her out of there. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely. Now, as a single man, the how do I want to put it? Uh, like you say, you focus on your daughter and things like that. Those are your priorities. But this is what I want to know from you as a single man. Is it your generation, Skeeter, that really kind of like not getting married like in the past? My generation, my mom, my grandma. Are you all a different breed? I mean, some of you all, guys and girls, prefer to be single in this day and time.
I would say I was born in the '80s, and I was around when people were getting married. I seen it. But I think what really messed up the world now, social media has really tore people away from wanting to be married because so many people are accessible now. You can see so many different people. It's not like when you used to go out and date somebody and get their phone number and call them and talk to them. People are not talking on the phone and getting to know each other. They're getting to know each other off of what they see on social media. Oh, he
Yes,
got a nice house, got a house, nice car, but what type of person is he? If you know what I'm saying? So the world's a little different now. I would say, like, it ain't like when my mom and dad got married. They was in love. They were writing letters. They were missing each other. They were actually talking, getting to know each other. And I think a lot of people nowadays, when they do get married, they do it for social media likes, and they'll have this expensive wedding, not to be married more than 2 years, and they be divorced. So I think it's our generation is really kind of doomed. Not saying that everybody thinks that way, but I would say the majority of people think that way.
Absolutely. Also, you do have social media and people are kind of finding love. That's supposed to be the thing, the dating apps and things like that. Where does a man find a good woman? Is it on those dating apps? Is it still, one time, Skeeter, people would go to church or to the club or wherever. Where are people meeting now? And as a single person, where do you feel like is the best choice to find a good woman?
In this day and age, I would say church, to be honest with you. That's the only place you go find somebody who got some morals and got something going. And you at least know they know how to get up on time because they go to church. So you'll find somebody. Nowadays, it's hard. It's really hard out here.
Okay, so what are you looking for in a mate or a future wife or companion, significant other, whatever? What do you feel is they have to come to the table with?
My top categories for women that I would like to have in my life would be somebody who understands me and where I'm trying to go. I want somebody to come be in my life that's going to support me and guide me and make sure they don't come with a whole bunch of negativity. They come with a positive energy and want to see us win together, not me paying all the bills.
Yes.
And nothing wrong with that. It's still people out there that do that, but don't come in my life trying to disturb my peace because your life is not where you wanted to be. If you're going to come in my life, come in as a team. We come together. Like I own my house. I'm not saying she has to own her house too, but I would want somebody that understands owning the house, understand keeping your credit right, understanding life things. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody to come hinder or disturb my peace because I don't need it. I'd rather stay single than have somebody disturb my peace.
Absolutely. I think gone are the days when, a woman can just sit there and just look pretty. Men want women to come with a certain amount of things, have your own, build up things that you need for yourself, come to the table as partners. And especially with women, Skeeter, that now, they want to be liberated and they want to be they want to be bosses and things like that. When you see that, you want them to, prove that, hey, this is what I got going on. I'm not just somebody that's just going to, just hang on. I'm going to be here and I'm going to come a well-rounded individual, giving and not just taking. And so, that seems to make the pot a little bit, the picking slim, because not only do you have to think about finding a good woman, well rounded, but finding one that, like you said, will support your vision. Because I tell you what, in this day and time, some people, some women now, it's all about them and they're going hard. And sometimes ladies, they don't have the room to really go hard at what you're doing. They want to get their thing out there. And so you look for somebody that can kind of like meet you in the middle halfway and definitely support you and what you're doing. It takes a lot. Then, do you think, Skeeter, to be in a relationship with a comedian? Do you feel like it takes a lot? Because like you said, you're going and coming and people love and adore you and they want to be around you. Is it kind of hard to be in a relationship as a comedian?
It definitely is because you got to find a woman that understands that they're going to be fans. It's going to be women that want to speak and want to take pictures. It's going to be people that look at me like, oh, you know what I'm saying? You got to just understand the business and traveling and being gone. They just got to understand this is what's going on. Like in comedy, you can't just be locally. You have to go out and
Yes.
branch out. You have to be in the city for a day or two, or they just got to understand all that. I would rather date somebody who does comedy, to be honest, because she'll understand what we both doing. Like,
Yes.
or somebody
Absolutely.
that's in that type of field of being around people all the time or being gone.
Yes. Trust. Talk about trust because that's a big factor. You going all over the world, and I'm sitting back, and I'm like, "What are you doing? Where you at? Who you with?" Trust is a big factor, right, Skeeter?
Yes, trust. Yeah, that can really destroy a lot of relationship because it's a lot of temptation out there on both parts. It's a lot of temptation because
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna lie, I meet women from all walks of life being out there. You see
Yes.
every type of woman you want to imagine, and especially when they become fans.
Yes.
You know, so you really have to, as a man, you really have to have your guard up if you're
Yes.
if you're in a committed relationship.
Absolutely, because the groupies are out there. They want to be next to somebody, that's up there, that's doing it, that's, up on that stage and making money and moves, you know, men have that problem, people have that problem when they're in the limelight. Everybody wants to get next to you. And
Yeah.
so that person has to trust, and there has to be definitely a commitment. Um, so, have you, I've been listening to a lot of different messages and things like that. And I've heard this thing of when you're looking for something to happen in your life or go to the next level, you prepare. How do you prepare for this relationship that you want eventually? Are you
Um.
are you thinking about, well, what am I going to do if I find that lady today or tomorrow? How am I going to make room for her? How am I going to bring her into my world? Will we travel together? Will we do this? Have you thought about those things?
To be honest, right now I haven't really put that in my things to do right now because right now I still feel like I'm not where I want to be with my comedy career, and I'm still chasing that dream. And to bring somebody in my life right now, I wouldn't think they would get the best of me right now because I'm still trying to figure out where I'm going with this comedy thing. Not saying that comedy is going to stop me from ever dating somebody or finding somebody, but I
Yes.
haven't put that in my palm pilot yet. My main thing right now is making sure I can get my daughter through school and make sure I'm there for her because she's becoming a young lady now. And I
Yes.
don't know the its ands about being a woman because I'm a man, but I have to stay focused so I can know how to, provide her with the tools she needs going into her life. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't want to have a woman come in and out her life and
Yes.
confuse her. So I
Yes.
try to wait to see, what I'm saying, when the best time for me to present all that for myself and for my daughter, because my daughter is part of my life now. So it got to make sense for both of us.
Absolutely. Focused. I like you using that word. And I know a lot of young men your age that are definitely focused and they are determined to make sure they are, doing the things that they need to do. They have set their priorities in place. They won't let anybody turn them around or distract them. And I think that may be the difference, Skeeter, between your generation and our moms and stuff like that. I think you all have more of an opportunity now to really map out your life and say, listen, I know being in a relationship is good and cool, and I want one, but there are things that I need to put in place, before all that happens. I think that's a good thing.
I would say this. I think this generation, we don't have to settle for anything no more. We don't have to rush out there and find that woman or that man that's gonna uh be the person that our parents want us to be around. We don't have to settle for that no more. Because a lot of people are taking care of themselves now. Back in our generation, my mom's generation, my dad was the one that went to work. He went to work, but he was the one that did all that. My mom was at the house. But now women out here getting to the bag. They're taking care of themselves. They got their own cars, their own places. So nobody has to settle for nobody no more. You don't have to be like, oh, I'm gonna just stay with him. It's not like that no more. People can really be by themselves if they really want to be honest. But do
Absolutely.
they? Some people can live like that. Some can't. Some people can't live without being with somebody.
Yes, absolutely. Tell us what it's like to be single and have a daughter. What is that world like? What is that? How do you move and how do you, do things as a single man and you know you got this wonderful commitment and love in front of your very eyes?
This being single with a daughter, I think it's a little different, especially when you want to introduce a woman into her life. Because my daughter, she'll probably pick her apart. Like, oh, I don't like the way her edges look, daddy. I don't like the way how she dressed. You know what I'm saying? A little girl gonna let you. They gonna let you know. I don't know about a boy, but a little girl gonna let you know. Nah, daddy, I don't like the way her hair is. Or my daughter's just like me. She don't hold no tongue. You know what I'm saying? So for me,
Outspoken.
it'd probably be hard. I probably had to bring the girl in with her best outfit, her best hairstyle, her nails done. She got to come in there with her A game. She can't come in there slipping. Not for my daughter. My daughter don't play about me.
So would you say that your daughter is very protective and she's whether it's somebody that you may be interested or just people around you, she's gonna be there watching your back.
Yeah, she gonna hold me down. I never really brought any girls around her because I didn't want her to think that my dad talking to this girl, that girl. So she don't never meet anybody unless I really want that person to be in my life. So she don't never meet anybody. I don't want
Wow.
her to be in the middle of what I got going on unless it's a big situation.
Absolutely. I understand. And I think that's the best way to do because you just first of all, like you said, you just need to focus on getting her through. And she's how old now, Skeeter?
She's 13, be 14 in October the 20th. She'll be 14 years old.
Absolutely. And so there's a lot of things that she is growing into. I can imagine as a single father, you've got to talk to her about growing up, even though you said that, you can't teach her how to be a woman, but I'm sure what kind of things are you teaching her when it comes to relationships or, eventually she's going to, like somebody. What things do you as a single dad tell her?
The one thing I get on her about, I said, you always got to make sure you take care of your person, your hygiene, your look. Always keep your bathroom clean. That's one of my pet peeves. I don't like when I date a girl and they got a nasty bathroom. I just tell her, make sure you pick up after yourself. Make sure I tell her whenever you start dating somebody, you make sure that you are dating somebody that's gonna be there to hold you down, not nobody that's gonna weigh you down. You know what I'm saying? You don't need no sucker in your life. Like if they ain't doing what daddy doing, they ain't the one for you. You know, so I always tell her that. She be looking at me crazy because she don't know, but I put it in her head enough so when it do come and that wrong person coming like, so this is what my daddy was talking about. Oh yeah, I gotta get rid of him. Yeah, so I'm gonna make sure that she find a winner. I don't want nobody taking advantage of my daughter.
Yes, Skeeter. I know you got to have a list though. What things are on that list? If you can share them, they have to be a certain age, a certain height, a certain race, a certain what's on that? What's on that list?
Skeeter don't discriminate. They can come in all shapes. They can come in all shapes, sizes, and color, man.
Yes.
Long as they doing right by me, I ain't got no problem. Now, when I was a little younger, I may have had a type back then, but when you get older, all that don't matter because at the end of the day, you can have a beautiful girl that has a nasty attitude. You can have a semi cute girl, but everybody's beautiful in their own way. So I don't discriminate on nothing. Um, when it come to women, you know what I'm saying? Women, I don't discriminate at all.
Absolutely.
Long as they make me happy and I'm having a good time with them, I'm cool with it.
Absolutely. Now, do you use, I mean, would you use the dating apps? Is that something you feel like is really good for our single people now? How do you feel about hooking up on the internet, baby?
Oh yeah, I have used, especially on Facebook. Facebook and Instagram, it's so accessible that you can really reach out to people a little bit easier. Um, I would say for women dating guys on there, social media can be a scary place too, because you don't know, you can be getting put in a trap. So it's kind
Yeah,
of dangerous in a way to me. But if you use it right and be careful and use your sense, it could be
yeah,
a good thing. You know, they got some dating apps that I met some people on there that I actually not end up dating, but end up being friends, and they came and supported shows. So you meet people on there. It's not
yeah.
like back in the day when you used to go to the club and have your pen and your pad and write the number down, or actually, you know what I'm saying? Those days are over with now. Like,
Yes, absolutely. Talk about self care. I mean, you have all the time in the world. I know you have for your daughter, but to really pay attention to your needs. What is that like? How do you kind of like plan out how you're going to take care of yourself personally, mentally and spiritually? What does that look like?
self-care for me is, first of all, I go to the gym at least twice or three times a week just to keep my body in shape. Um, I try not to stress and worry about too many things that I can't control. I consume a lot of water to cleanse myself out with water and just, saying, stay hydrated with that. But mostly I just try to like get the proper rest I need. I don't stress no more about stuff like I
Oh,
used to when I was a little younger. No, I'm 45 years old. What I can't control, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I can control, like the one thing I make sure that I control and make sure I pay my mortgage on time because I gotta have somewhere to lay my head down. I make sure my daughter's fed, and I make sure that I have some money in my bank account in case of rainy days. So those are the three things that I try to control as much as I can, because that's all you have. You know what I'm saying? So
you.
other than
That's
that, I stay prayed up. I don't go to church often, but I do pray. I do pray and thank God for and blessing me with the opportunity to be able to do comedy and have
right.
my daughter with me. So you know what I'm saying, I do that too.
That is absolutely marvelous. Sounds like, and like you said, as you get older, you kind of like know the things that push aside, things that, are not valuable to to your life. And it sounds like you really, really, looking into making sure you're a well-rounded individual. And I really commend you for that. Um, I want to know boundaries. What things do you think single guys don't do? I mean, are they good at setting boundaries? What kind of mistakes do you think single guys make in this day and time when it comes
I
to
think a
relationships?
lot of I think a lot of single guys, to me, that where they messed up at is they don't be honest with what they want out of the situation when they're dealing with the person.
Yes.
You need to let them know what it is. Are you pursuing them to pursue them? Or are you pursuing them for another reason? You got to let them know. You just got to be honest, because a lot of women take that stuff to heart, especially when they've been hurt a lot. And then you
Yeah.
come in there with the little swab, trying to be swab and run game on them, and then they pick up on it. Now you putting yourself in the box that you're gonna get talked about. Like he's not that type of guy to deal with, because so you just got to be honest with the people. 'Cause at the end of the day, it's
Right.
not going to kill you to tell you what your intentions are. Maybe the intentions that you have may be the same that she want too. So now you both doing what you really wanted instead of trying to, play chess with them.
Yeah. Look, talking about honesty, Skeeter, we have someone on TikTok that said, I was going out with a guy on my job and he just ghosted me. They say, ha ha, they just disappeared. Now, that's not honest. It's just, look, yeah, instead of just saying, listen, I don't think you're the one for me. This person is
I,
saying they just vanished.
no, that's I would say when I was young, I used to date girls I worked with, but that's never a good thing because you have to see that person every day. And if y'all going through something, it ain't you can't avoid them unless you quit the job. So I never try to date nobody where I work at.
Yes,
You know,
I tell you, there are a lot of comments up here, but yeah, it's just a lot that goes on when you are single and you want to be fulfilled. Some people prefer to be single. I mean, do you meet people, Skeeter, that just say, look, I'm just going to remain as is. I'm good. I don't need no relationship. I may have some good friends. Are you finding people like that too?
Yeah, it's a lot of people out there like that, especially people that's been married multiple times and just gave up on the opportunity to find somebody. They're just stuck in their ways, just living their life the way it is, and you can't blame them. I find a lot of people like that. It's more
Yeah,
out here now than ever. I would say it's probably 60% people are more single now than in a relationship. I think the single people may be winning right now when it comes to the
absolutely.
toes.
Absolutely. Well, the stats say over 60% of men under 30 report being single, yet a majority still express a desire for long term commitment rather than just a casual hookup. 60% of folk, they may be single, but they still want to be with someone. They still want
Oh,
that closeness and everything. It says about 50%, 15% of men report having zero close friends, making singlehood feel isolated without deliberate effort to build brotherhood. Do you feel like some men are isolated, Skeeter, and just
um,
just to themselves and antisocial?
um, you know what? I would say this. I think a lot of people learn more about themselves during the COVID time.
Ooh,
That's when I think when people realize they could be by themselves without being somebody, because we were all was kind of like away from each other. So it
yeah,
gave people the, oh yeah, I can be by myself without somebody being around me for a long period of time. I think COVID really showed a lot of people where they stand in the relationship wise. I may be wrong, but I'm just, it
yes.
may, I think if you research it, it may be true. I ain't gonna say I'm 100% right, but it makes sense saying it.
Absolutely. A lot of things changed with COVID. Oh my goodness. I think people began to be a little bit more, not standoffish, but kind of like a little more isolated. We are now really, if you ask me, kind of really getting back to things and getting back and going to events and things like that. Speaking of COVID, did the comedy club suffer as a result of that pandemic? I mean, where did you all go, Skeeter, when the pandemic came as comedians?
A lot of people were doing stuff online, but they were doing comedy shows online. They were doing social
Online?
dis. Yeah, they were going live just like how you are doing right now, doing shows. And a lot of people were doing social distance shows. Like they will have people like at a drive-through and have
Yes.
their windows down type vibe. I actually did a show when I was outside doing shows with people with the COVID mask, so people could feel like they was outside, not inside a building. But I really didn't like the shows online because I couldn't really do any crowd work like I do because they're watching me on the screen. I wasn't actually in front of them, seeing them. So I didn't
Yeah.
do any of those because I felt like I couldn't be myself on that. So I steered away from it.
Oh, wow. Look, are most comedians married, single, in a relationship? Are they family guys, or are they just like, hey, I got to do my thing, I'm out here? Are they in relationships?
Yeah, majority of the older comedians that were in the game, they are married. D.L. Hughley is married. Bernie Mac was married. Steve Harvey's married. Cedric. A lot of the old school comedians are actually in the committed because they grew up in the era when people were actually getting married still. So, but some of the younger guys that I
Yes.
met, they're still single. Like some of the younger comedians are single or dating somebody. But yeah, they're married just like, yeah, they're married.
Wow.
Yeah, they're
And
living the family life. You know what I'm saying? They're doing what they need to do.
yes. Well, I tell you what, I am so glad that you are giving us the experience, your experience. It is very interesting to me, but I'm not surprised because, like I said, I really see a lot more single people in this day and time than before. And but they're happy. They are living life and they're following their dreams. I want to know, as a single man, how is it important is your dream? How important is this that you're doing Skeeter, and what are some of the things that you want to accomplish now that you're just, now that you're focusing on yourself, your daughter? What things do you want to see happen in your life?
Right now, my end goal in this is becoming successful with comedy to be able to leave a legacy for my family or my future grandkids one day to, the foundation. And I'm showing my daughter that it's okay to chase a dream and have to push yourself to do something that you really want to do. And I don't want her to see me fail at it, but I want her to see me push at it. So whenever she does something, she like, my dad was chasing the dream, doing comedy. I can push to do what I need to do. So I'm just showing her that whatever in life, don't give up. Just do what you think that's best for you and your heart, and make sure you do right by people and stay humble and stay blessed up. And at the end goal, if I never make it big in comedy, I would love to open up a comedy club and be able to say that I'm still in the circuit doing that. That would be my end goal.
Wow, that is marvelous. I congratulate you. I want to give you a round of applause, young man. Keep doing what you're doing, and stay well rounded, and keep your focus. We can get distracted so easy with things, but when you're determined to do things right and live intentionally, it ain't nothing but marvelous. I want to say thank you so much for being on. But before you go, I want to know, what's ahead. Do you have anything planned? Any comedy club you're going to be at, or any information you can give our audience about what you're going to be doing?
Yeah, I got a couple shows. I can't think of the locations because they got these named locations, but I got a couple shows coming up in the area. Stay tuned. I'm gonna be actually start promoting my own comedy shows again in the area. I'm looking for a venue to start doing monthly shows and possibly be in Portsmouth or maybe uh in Chesapeake. But stay tuned for that. Um, I'm gonna be working on another comedy special. I already have one out now that I haven't put it out. I'm still trying to find a venue or a movie theater to present it to the world, like a little red carpet rollout. But just stay tuned for that. Follow me on social media. Um, I'm just out here just chasing the dream, showing love to Virginia and Portsmouth to the fullest. And I will leave you with this. Whatever you got going on in life, stay focused. And if you can't pay your bills, leave it in the mailbox because it's gonna return back to sender anyway. So don't even stress about this. Don't stress about it. And love yourself. Love yourself.
Absolutely. Look, so many people are saying hello to you and everything. We got so many people over here on TikTok and Facebook. Shout out all you all. I'll shout you out a little bit later after we let Skeeter go. But yeah, you all look them up on social media as Skeeter G. Griffin.
Yeah, that's
Any
on
other
Facebook.
information? Okay, Facebook. Any other information?
Instagram is Skeeter. It's SKEETAG23 on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. I have a TikTok, but I'm not really in tune with the TikTok like I supposed to. But I'm gonna get into that soon. I'm still trying to figure out the social media world. But yeah, make sure you follow me on Instagram and Facebook. And if you're in the area, make sure you look me up for up and coming shows. Support me. Come out, get your laugh on, and I'm here.
Absolutely. Before you go, how important is social media for what you're doing? Are you getting out there more on social media? It's the world, your access to the world on social media, but you are definitely utilizing it, right, Skeeter?
Yeah, I'm doing my best I can with it. I could be doing better, but
Hmm.
I'm gonna try to step it up for the next year to get my social media out there because that's pretty much where all the young youth and pretty much everybody's in their phone all the time. So if you don't have any social media, no content or no comedy on there, they can't understand what you're doing unless they're coming to shows. So I'm gonna step my game up with my social media, but I got a little something on there. Y'all can check me out. But I just want everybody to know, just stay blessed, stay prayed up, and stay humble and love people that's gonna love you. Don't worry about the rest of it.
Absolutely. Skeeter G. Griffin, thank you so much for being on. The best of luck. Love to your beautiful daughter and family. And we look forward to seeing you just reach the height, reach where you want to go. And I just want to congratulate you and say thank you again.
You're welcome. Appreciate you for having me on the show. You stay blessed. You keep doing what you're doing, Queen.
Thank you. God bless you. Bye bye. So look, oh wow, isn't that marvelous? I just love him talking about his journey and the fact that he is focused. He has his priorities, lined up, and he's not letting anybody or anything get in the way of that. His daughter is definitely his priority, his career, just making sure things are stable and making sure she gets the best of life. Isn't that marvelous? A dad who is, just making sure she is whole, healthy, stable, and well rounded. And, he's setting that example for her. I think it is absolutely wonderful. A beautiful, beautiful thing. So look, you all, look, hey, look, let me shout some of you guys out. Oh my goodness, there's so many up there. Hey, Nakia, what's going on? Beautiful. Look to see you soon. Invite let's see, 3K, how are you? Um, let's see, who else? Thank you. You like the hat? Thank you. Thank you. Um, hello, IDK. Somebody said, what's happening? Uh, Jamie, hi. Somebody got like a cute little swan. S dash look like a swan. Love your hair. Thank you. You're gorgeous. Thank you. Uh, thank you. Look, what are you all doing this weekend? I'm originally from Brooklyn. Been here in the Hampton Roads area for quite some time. I love being here too. But I do get a chance to travel every now and then there. 16 Hi, Carly, what's going on? Somebody pray for your salvation. Yeah, we know Jesus. Women love Jesus. So we don't have to go far to find him, baby. Uh, Mamie, what's going on? Somebody said, can I speak Russian? No, but you can, Bettina, you can teach me, baby, if you like. Let's see, who else? Katrina Smith, Angela Green, Zeus, how are you, Zeus? Crazy is up here. Purposefully, let's see, fit, I think Fit by Nick. So many of you wonderful people on. Francisco, how are you doing? Cajun, hi. Just a lot of people here. Um, Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for your support. Look, I'm gonna be back on FYI Morning Show Live on Monday at 9:30 a.m. We're talking about sports. Listen, we're not just talking about sports. We are expecting you all to shout out your team. So a shout out Monday, talking about the NFL. It's coming up real soon. We've been going over the pre-games, preseason. September the 9th is the big day. We are definitely ready for some football. And look, I want you all to participate. I want you all to let's rah, have a good time. And let's, keep our team, shouting them out and just having a good time. So shout out Monday. Um, uh, that would be great. Let's see, please. What is manifest? You say, can you guys please play manifest? I think you're gonna love it. What's manifest? Let me know. Intentional, how are you? The real Maya, I think that's what it is. All tea, no coffee. It's good to see you again. Jerry, hi. What is it? DAT, that chubby. You, that's sweet. That thank you all for joining. Thank you for your support. Those that are over on um, Tanya. Oh my God, there's my girl Tanya. What's going on? It's time for you to come back. We need to know what's going on around the town, baby. Tanya Shadley Rollins, a wonderful friend. She's here on Instagram. Anybody else out there in these social media streets? Send a little bit of love in the chat. Say something in the chat, and I will respond. Follow me, and I will follow you back. All right, so look, great upcoming shows. I'll share that with you all on Monday. In the meantime, time. You all have a beautiful weekend and just enjoy yourselves. Put the work down and just get away from all that kind of stuff and just enjoy yourself, your family, your friends, creation, and join me back here on Monday at 9:30 a.m. for FYI Morning Show Live. So look, we're gonna see you. We're gonna see you all. You all be blessed, stay blessed, and just keep yourself together. This is the host, and I'll see you later. Bye. See you later, TikTok. Right, Facebook Live, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube. Take care now, okay? Thank you all for joining me. Thank you for your support. See you on Monday.